Welcome to Palo Alto, California. In fact, we're at Palo Alto Airport, a very noisy airport. And this is where Chevy has chosen to launch the 9th generation 2016 Malibu. This vehicle is very impressive because it's on an all-new platform, making it the lightest vehicle in the segment. That midsize sedan segment, it still accounts for 2 million vehicles a year, even though that's down by about 10% from last year. And now the compact crossover segment is taking over. People are still buying a lot of these. As you know, it's dominated by vehicles like the Accord and Camry, but at under 3,100 pounds, this thing is very impressive. It's also got some new engine technology, a 1.5-liter four-cylinder turbocharged engine that produces 160 horsepower. It's made it to a 6-speed. There's also a 2-liter turbo, and it's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's the first time GM has used an 8-speed in a front-wheel drive application in North America. First time they've used a 1.5-liter in a vehicle in North America, 1.5-liter turbo. So a lot of firsts with the Malibu. Also a lot of great teen driving safety features to make sure your teen is good to go. But let's take a bigger look at this. This is a very important vehicle for GM. They got their butts kicked with the last model, and one of the biggest complaints was the rear legroom, and they've addressed that. An extra 1.3 inches of legroom. The vehicle is longer, it's on a wider wheelbase, so a lot of things to make this vehicle roomier and more practical. Starting price is just under $23,000, nicely equipped, about $26,000, $27,000 for the 1.5. You get step up to the 2.0, you're definitely going to spend more money. So we've spent the day driving it. It is definitely a lot tighter. It's right up there now with the Optima as far as driving dynamics, and that's a good thing. But it's still got a big hurdle to overcome. The Accord, the Camry, the Fusion, these cars are just rock stars, and for Malibu to overtake that, it's going to take a lot. They've got some marketing ideas, and I think you'll see them coming up in the next few months. After spending a full day with the Malibu, I can tell you it has all the essentials to become a great midsize sedan, and maybe once it get to its best year, which was 2008, where they had about a 10% market share. Right now they have much less than that. So it's got two great engines. A lot of the vehicles in this segment have a 4-cylinder and a V6, but in the case of the Malibu, you have two 4-cylinder turbos. I think they're both really good. Obviously, the 2-liter is a lot more fun to drive and has considerably more power, but if you're looking for fuel economy, the numbers are right there. I was a little surprised that as light as this vehicle is and as small as the engine is, a 1.5-liter, that it only got 37 miles per gallon. When you look at something like the Altima, gets 39 miles per gallon, and it's got the CVT. This is a much more engaging vehicle to drive, so I would put it up there with the better driving midsize sedans. I like what they've done. The interior changes are kind of subtle. The added rear legroom is very welcome. They've really focused on safety. One of the things you can do in this car is something called teen driver safety. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but it essentially creates a report card for you as the parent, so that when your child is driving the car, you know exactly what they're doing. For example, you can set a speed limit alert. So if they go above that speed limit, you can then go back and report on that. You set your own PIN, and obviously your child can't alter that. Another very important feature is that if they don't buckle their seatbelt, they can't play the radio. So that's a good safety feature. You can also set how loud the radio can go. So a lot of things that will help those distracted teens, because in that first year of driving, they are more likely to get into an accident than any other driver at any other age. It's loaded with safety features. I said we think it's got good acceleration. The 8-speed is very impressive. You know, to have an 8-speed transmission in a front-wheel drive application, we were a little hesitant. Vehicles, like for example in the Fiat Chrysler group, have that 9-speed, and it has a lot of delays in the shifting, but you don't get that. This is focused on fuel economy, but also on performance, and I think it balances the two quite nicely. Seating is good, like the gauges. My co-pilot didn't think the interior was very impressive, but we were impressed. You have a 7 or an 8-inch infotainment screen. Of course, you got the only vehicle that's got 4G, and you have Android Auto, you have Apple CarPlay, so all the latest and greatest technologies, which is why they really chose Palo Alto to launch this vehicle. This is a city that is that feasts on technology. This city, you know, has it all. Has Google, has Apple, etc. So this car was kind of meant for this city.